1940 Lincoln Wheat Penny. Let's kick things off with the 1940 Lincoln Wheat Penny. This coin came out during a time of significant change in America and has a lot of intriguing details. In 1940, the United States was preparing for its role in World War II. The country was coming out of the Great Depression, and patriotism was rising as Americans focused on rebuilding. The Lincoln Wheat Penny series had already been in production for over 30 years, and these coins symbolize hope and resilience. The 1940 Lincoln Wheat Penny, like other pennies in this series, features Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, designed by Victor D. Brenner in 1909 to mark Lincoln's 100th birthday. Brenner's initials, VDB, can be found on the coin's obverse, a small but significant detail cherished by collectors. The reverse has the classic wheat stalk, symbolizing strength and abundance, with 1 cent in United States of America in bold letters. The 1940 Lincoln Wheat Penny saw substantial production numbers, making it more common than some other years. Here's the breakdown. Philadelphia Mint No Mint mark 586,810,000. Denver Mint D Mint mark 81,390,000. San Francisco Mint S Mint mark 112,940,000. Despite high mintage numbers, the 1940 penny can still be valuable depending on its condition and mint mark. For instance, circulated examples are generally worth between 10 to 50 cents, but in higher grades like MS65 or above, values can reach $10 to $20. If you happen to come across a proof coin in excellent condition, those can fetch over $100. Keep an eye out for specific errors, as they can significantly boost the penny's value. Known errors for the 1940 Lincoln include: double die versus double impressions on Lincoln's portrait can make the coin worth hundreds of dollars. Off-center strikes. These errors add character and value depending on the degree of the misalignment. The 1940 Lincoln Wheat Penny holds an important place in many collections because it's one of the more affordable coins from this era, especially in circulated condition. Many new collectors start with this coin, but high-grade examples and error coins are sought after by seasoned collectors as well. 1948 Lincoln Wheat Penny. Next, let's explore the 1948 Lincoln Wheat Penny. While it may look similar to the 1940 version, there are some unique aspects to this coin. 1948 was a time of post-war growth and prosperity in the U.S. The economy was booming, and the country was shifting toward consumerism. This coin reflects that era's renewed spirit and optimism. The 1948 penny kept Brenner's timeless design. On the obverse, you'll find Lincoln's side profile as well as the year and mint mark. The reverse still showcases those iconic wheat stalks, a classic emblem that makes the Lincoln Wheat Penny so recognizable. 1948 had relatively high mintage numbers, but less than 1940. Philadelphia Mint No Mint mark 317,570,000. Denver Mint D Mint mark 172,630,000. San Francisco Mint S Mint mark 81,735,000. Because of its high mintage, circulated 1948 pennies typically sell for 10 to 30 cents. However, uncirculated pieces can reach $5 to $20, especially if they're in MS65 condition or higher. Proofs from this year are rare and can command upwards of $100 depending on the grade. Key errors to look out for include repunched mint marks. These are especially valuable on Denver and San Francisco coins, as collectors highly prize variations in mint marks. Die cracks. Some 1948 penny show cracks on the surface from worn dies, adding uniqueness and value. The 1948 Lincoln Wheat Penny is a strong favorite among collectors because of its affordability and the post-war historical context. This coin is also easier to find in uncirculated grades, making it a fantastic option for collectors looking for quality pieces at a reasonable price. 1936 Lincoln Wheat Penny. Last, but definitely not least, let's take a look at the 1936 Lincoln Wheat Penny, a coin with rich historical and collector significance. 1936 was the height of the Great Depression, a time of economic struggle for many Americans. The Lincoln Wheat Penny was one of the few coins people often held on to, and it became a symbol of endurance and American resilience. The design on the 1936 penny is once again Brenner's iconic image of Lincoln on the obverse paired with the wheat stalks on the reverse. One of the most notable aspects of the 1936 penny is its finish. This was a significant year for proof coinage, as the U.S. Mint introduced a satin finish for proof coins, a detail sought after by collectors. The 1936 penny had a substantial mintage. Philadelphia Mint No Mint mark 309,632,000. Denver Mint D Mint mark 40,620,000. San Francisco Mint S Mint mark 29,130,000. In circulated grades, these coins typically sell for around 10 to 50 cents. However, a high-grade uncirculated example in MS65 can go for $20 to $50. Proof coins with that desirable satin finish can exceed $500, making them highly coveted. Collectors prize 1936 pennies with unique errors such as double die obverse. This is perhaps one of the most famous double die errors in the Lincoln series. If you find one in good condition, it can be worth thousands of dollars. Die cracks and cuds. Smaller errors like die cracks and cuds add to the uniqueness and desirability of these coins. With its unique proof finish and the famous double die variety, the 1936 penny is a standout in any collection. It's a coin that appeals to both beginners and seasoned collectors alike, especially because of its historical significance during the Depression era. The 1918 Lincoln Wheat Penny. Let's start with the 1918 Lincoln Wheat Penny. This coin isn't just a penny, it's a piece of American history minted during a time of great change both in the US and abroad. So what makes the 1918 Lincoln Penny so special? Let's dig in. To fully appreciate the 1918 Lincoln Wheat Penny, we need to look at the time it was created. The year 1918 was towards the end of World War I, a period of transformation in America. The country was experiencing rapid industrialization and patriotism was high. The Lincoln Wheat Penny, featuring Abraham Lincoln, was a symbol of unity and national pride during this critical period. Victor David Brenner originally designed the Lincoln Wheat Penny in 1909 to mark the centennial of Abraham Lincoln's birth. By 1918, it was already a beloved design that represented resilience and progress, qualities Americans held dear as they watched world events unfold. While earlier coins in the series were controversial due to the artist's initials VDB, which were removed in 1909, the 1918 coins retained the classic design without those initials. Design features. Now let's take a close look at the design of the 1918 Lincoln Wheat Penny. This penny features Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, the first time a U.S. president was depicted on a regular issue coin. Brenner's portrait of Lincoln is realistic and respectful, capturing the somber strength of the 16th president. On the reverse, you'll find the iconic wheat ears, which gave this penny its nickname. The words 1 cent are bold in the center, with United States of America below. Above, we have the Latin phrase e pluribus on a meaning out of many, one underscoring unity. While this design was relatively simple, it became one of the most recognized and enduring coin designs in U.S. history. In 1918, over 288 million Lincoln Wheat Pennies were minted across 3 mints: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Here's a breakdown. Philadelphia mint 288,104,634 coins. Denver mint 47,830,000 coins marked by a D on the coin. San Francisco mint 34,680,000 coins marked by an S. The 1918 penny had a high mintage overall, but due to circulation wear and time, fewer high-grade examples exist today. Value and market. The value of the 1918 Lincoln Wheat Penny varies based on its condition and mint mark. Here's a look at the current market values. Circulated good fine ranges from $1 to $5 depending on where. Uncirculated mint state values can go up to $100 or more, especially if the coin has a high mint state grade. Proof and red-brown examples: 1918 pennies with a red-brown designation or proof-like qualities can fetch higher prices, sometimes reaching several $100s. Collectors prize the San Francisco and Denver mint marks due to their relatively lower mintage. One reason collectors love the 1918 Lincoln Wheat Penny is because of some well-known errors and variations. Double die errors, these are seen in a few examples, mainly in the date and letters, and are highly sought after. Off-center strikes: coins struck off-center can be worth more, with the value depending on the extent of the error. Die cracks and cuds: these small errors are also present in some 1918 pennies, adding to their appeal for error collectors. If you have a 1918 penny with any of these errors, it's worth getting it graded, as these types can bring in significant premiums. Collector interest. 1918 Lincoln Wheat Pennies are popular among collectors for their historical significance, and because of the time period they represent. The fact that they're affordable and lower grades makes them accessible to beginning collectors, while high-grade or error coins attract seasoned enthusiasts. So whether you're new to collecting or a seasoned numismatist, the 1918 penny is definitely worth adding to your collection. 1937 Lincoln Wheat Penny. Now let's fast forward almost 20 years to 1937 and talk about another fascinating year for the Lincoln Wheat Penny. This coin has a story of its own with some unique elements and errors that make it a must-have for collectors. The 1937 Lincoln Wheat Penny came out during the Great Depression, a time of hardship and economic struggle for many Americans. Despite the financial struggles, Americans continued to see the Lincoln Wheat Penny as a reminder of resilience and hope. In 1937, with Franklin D. Roosevelt's New Deal in place, the country was making slow strides toward recovery. Design features. The design of the 1937 Lincoln Wheat Penny remained largely the same as the original. Abraham Lincoln's portrait is on the obverse, framed by "In God We Trust" above and "Liberty" to the left, with the date 1937 to the right. The reverse has the wheat stalks on either side of 1 cent and United States of America, with e pluribus unum at the top. While the design was the same, the 1937 penny's significance is tied to the economic challenges of the time, representing perseverance and faith in a brighter future. Mintage and production. In 1937, the Lincoln Wheat Penny was minted in 3 locations. Philadelphia mint 309,170,000 coins. Denver mint 50,430,000 coins marked with a D. San Francisco mint 34,500,000 coins marked with an S. As you can see, the Philadelphia mint had the highest production, but the Denver and San Francisco pennies are more desirable to collectors due to their lower numbers. Value and market. Let's talk value. Here's what collectors can expect based on the condition, and mint mark values range from $0.20 to $2, making it affordable for new collectors. High-grade examples can be worth between $20 and $50, and coins with exceptional luster or red coloring fetch even more. Coins with unique color grades, especially red, are highly valued and can sell for $100 or more. The 1937 Lincoln Wheat Penny is also known for some interesting errors that drive up collector interest. Double die obverse of 1937 pennies have a doubled obverse, especially in the date and lettering, making them rare and valuable. B error: this occurs when a die crack appears between the letters B and E in Liberty, resembling the letters by. The by pennies are collectible and can fetch $5 to $15 even in lower grades. Die breaks and cuds: these small die breaks or cuds on the rim can add to a penny's value. While the 1937 Lincoln Wheat Penny isn't rare, its affordability, historical context, and potential for unique errors make it popular among collectors. Even new collectors can start with this coin, but finding high-grade examples with distinct errors can make this penny a rewarding find for experienced collectors as well. 1945 Lincoln Wheat Penny. The year 1945 was monumental in history. World War II was coming to an end, and industries were booming in the United States to support the war efforts. The Lincoln Wheat Penny, designed by Victor David Brenner, had already been in production since 1909. Featuring President Abraham Lincoln on the front and the iconic wheat stalks on the back, this penny was designed to be a tribute to the former president's legacy. With the motto "In God We Trust" above Lincoln's head and liberty to his left, this coin has become an American classic. By 1945, the United States Mint was producing the Lincoln Wheat Penny using mostly copper due to the high demand for steel during the war. The 1945 penny has a composition of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, making it both sturdy and resistant to corrosion. These pennies weigh 3.11 grams and have a diameter of 19 millimeters. In 1945, the penny was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. If your coin has no mint mark, it was made in Philadelphia. A small D on the lower part of the reverse side means it was minted in Denver, while an S means it came from San Francisco. I show each mint mark on close-up coins. Here's a breakdown of the mintage numbers for each mint. Philadelphia, around 1 billion coins. Denver, approximately 266 million coins. San Francisco, about 181 million coins. With such high production numbers, the 1945 penny isn't considered extremely rare, but certain varieties and high-grade examples can be valuable. Now, let's talk about value. A circulated 1945 penny in average condition is typically worth around 3 to 5 cents. However, if you find one in uncirculated condition, the value jumps significantly. Here's a quick guide. A 1945 penny in very fine condition is worth around 15 cents. An uncirculated coin can be valued anywhere from $2 to $5 depending on the grade. High-grade examples in mint state, especially with bright red copper surfaces, can fetch $15 to $20 or more at auction. Coins with the rare red coloration are highly prized by collectors. A red penny means the copper hasn't toned or darkened over time, making it exceptionally bright and desirable. Some of the most valuable 1945 pennies are those with mint errors, which are highly collectible. Here are a few to look out for. Double die errors: these occur when the coin is struck twice, resulting in a noticeable doubling of letters or numbers, particularly in the words liberty or the date. Off-center strikes: if the coin's image is visibly shifted, it's known as an off-center strike, and these errors can be quite valuable. Die cracks and cuds: sometimes the die cracks during the minting process, leaving a raised line on the coin. If it's significant, collectors may pay a premium for it. The 1945 D Lincoln Wheat Penny. In 1945, the United States was on the brink of victory in World War II. The country was emerging from the Great Depression, and industries were focused on supporting the war effort. With metal resources primarily directed to the military, the U.S. Mint continued to produce pennies in large numbers but had switched back to copper after the steel cents of 1943. The 1945 D Lincoln Wheat Penny comes from this unique era, a time when coins represented not just currency but symbols of American resilience. 2. Design features. The 1945 D penny is part of the Lincoln Wheat series, first minted in 1909 to honor President Abraham Lincoln on his 100th birthday. The coin's obverse, designed by Victor David Brenner, showcases Lincoln's right-facing profile with the motto "In God We Trust" above him. To the left, you'll find Liberty and the date 1945 with a small D mint mark underneath, signifying its origin from the Denver Mint. The reverse features the iconic wheat stalks symbolizing America's agricultural roots and the denomination 1 cent flanked by United States of America above. We see E pluribus unum, the Latin for out of many. 1. It's a classic design beloved by collectors for its simplicity and connection to America's past. 1945 saw one of the largest production runs for the wheat penny. From the Denver Mint alone, a staggering 266 million 1945 D wheat pennies were produced, making it a common find in circulated conditions. However, as we'll see shortly, some of these pennies are worth significantly more, especially if they come in pristine condition or have rare errors. So what's the market value of the 1945 D wheat penny? In lower grades, such as good or fine, these coins usually sell for just a few cents over face value, typically under $1. However, collectors are always on the lookout for high-grade coins in mint state. For example, an uncirculated 1945D wheat penny in MS65 condition can sell for around $10 to $15. Coins graded even higher, such as MS67, can reach values upwards of $100 due to their rarity and quality. Now, one of the most exciting aspects of the 1945D penny for collectors is the potential for errors. A few varieties are particularly sought after. Some of these errors include doubled dies where the text or images appear doubled due to a misalignment in the striking process. Other known errors are die cracks or cuds where parts of the coin have slight cracks or missing portions due to damage on the minting die. Collectors have been known to pay a premium for these unique flaws, with values often doubling or tripling for coins displaying noticeable errors. Despite its high mintage, the 1945D wheat penny remains a staple in any Lincoln penny collection. Many collectors appreciate it for its historical background and as a representative of the post-war era. High-grade specimens or error coins add an extra layer of intrigue, as each unique variation tells a story from the production floor of the Denver Mint. The 1945S Lincoln wheat penny. Next up, let's shift to the West Coast with the 1945S Lincoln wheat penny, produced at the San Francisco Mint. While 1945 marked the closing days of World War II, it was also a time of major production for U.S. coinage. The San Francisco Mint played a crucial role in supplying coins for the western states and beyond. Though smaller in number than its Denver counterpart, the 1945S penny has its own charm and value for collectors. Design features. The 1945S penny features the same beloved design as the 1945D, with Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the wheat stalks on the reverse. The primary distinction here is the S Mint mark below the date, indicating it was struck at the San Francisco Mint. The S Mint mark is a highlight for collectors as it represents a smaller production run, making these coins slightly rarer than their Denver counterparts. The San Francisco Mint produced around 181 million 1945S wheat pennies, a significant figure but considerably less than the Denver mintage. Though still common, the 1945S is prized by those who enjoy collecting coins from various mints, especially high-grade specimens or unique error coins. Now let's talk market value. Due to its slightly lower mintage, the 1945S penny holds a bit of a premium over the 1945D in similar grades. In circulated conditions, the 1945S typically trades for a few cents to $1. But in uncirculated MS65 condition, it's worth around $10 to $20. Coins in even higher grades like MS67 can fetch between $100 to $200, especially if they have strong strike details and minimal marks. The 1945S penny also has its fair share of errors and varieties. Known errors include doubled dies, repunched mint marks, RPMs, and die cracks. RPMs are particularly interesting as they show signs of the S mint mark being punched twice, sometimes at different angles. These error coins can be worth significantly more than regular 1945S pennies. For instance, an RPM error can boost the value to $20 or more, depending on the coin's condition and how visible the error is. The 1945S wheat penny is a popular choice among collectors for its quality and smaller production run. Many coin enthusiasts seek out examples with the unique S mint mark to complete their Lincoln wheat penny sets. Pristine examples or error coins from this year can be quite valuable, making them a worthwhile pursuit for both beginners and seasoned collectors. So there you have it, the 1945 Lincoln wheat pennies from the Denver and San Francisco mints. Whether you're just starting your coin collection or looking to add specific mint marks and errors to your set, these pennies offer a slice of American history with solid value and collector interest. From the everyday circulated penny to the pristine uncirculated coin, each tells the story of a remarkable era. 1946 Lincoln wheat penny. Now let's zoom in on the 1946 Lincoln penny. This coin was minted just after World War II, which adds an interesting historical context. The year 1946 marked the return of copper for penny production after the zinc-coated steel cents of 1943, a temporary shift due to copper shortages during the war. The 1946 wheat penny was minted in 3 locations. Philadelphia, the majority were produced here with no mint mark. Denver marked with a D. San Francisco marked with an S. Let's look at the production numbers for each. Philadelphia mint, no mint mark, approximately 991 million coins. Denver mint, D mint mark, around 315 million coins. San Francisco mint, S mint mark, close to 198 million coins. With such high mintage numbers, the 1946 wheat penny isn't particularly rare in circulated condition. However, certain grades and varieties can make it quite valuable. The 1946 penny features Abraham Lincoln's portrait on the obverse or front side. Lincoln faces right, and above him, you'll see the motto "In God We Trust." To the left is the word liberty, and to the right, you'll find the year 1946 and any applicable mint mark. On the reverse, you'll see 2 stalks of wheat framing the phrase 1 cent in the center, along with United States of America below it. This design was inspired by Brenner's admiration for President Lincoln and remained popular throughout the coin's production. Collectors are always on the lookout for rare varieties and errors, as they can significantly increase a coin's value. The 1946 wheat penny has a few key varieties to look out for. In double die obverse DDO, this error occurs when the coin is struck twice, causing letters or numbers to appear doubled. The 1946 DDO is most noticeable on the date and the words Liberty and In God We Trust. Repunched mint marks RPM. In this variety, the mint mark was accidentally stamped more than once, leading to a slightly offset mint mark. RPMs are more common in the 1946D and 1946S coins and can be highly sought after by collectors. Off-center strikes. Coins that were struck off-center can be worth a premium, especially if the error is significant and both the date and mint mark are visible. So, what's this coin worth today? The value of a 1946 wheat penny varies widely depending on its condition, mint mark, and any unique varieties or errors. Let's break it down. Circulated condition and circulated grades. A regular 1946 penny without errors is typically worth only a few cents. However, for coins in very fine condition or better, values can increase to $0.10 to $0.50 each. On circulated condition in mint state MS grades such as MS60 to MS65, values jump to between $2 and $10. For a gem quality MS67, prices can go up to around $50 or more, depending on the coin's eye appeal. Error coins and varieties coins with double dies, repunched mint marks, or major off-center strikes can fetch premiums ranging from $20 to over $100, depending on the rarity and demand among collectors. Proof coins. Proof versions of the 1946 penny weren't made, as official proof coin production was temporarily halted between 1942 and 1950.